Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This week Gina and I went away to Pompey Beach, which is a beautiful area right in the heart of Antigonish, and I probably butchered that name. So when we arrived, it was actually a little bit gloomy and a little bit overcast. When we got down to the beach, it was completely empty, which was a bit of a surprise to me, because even if you go to Rainbow Haven Beach or if you go to Lawrencetown Beach, even on a gloomy day, it's still busy. So it was actually really cool to have an entire beach to ourselves. So of course, we walked along the whole beach, we found some sea glass, and we even found a mermaid. Now obviously it's not a real mermaid, but it was beautiful, and somebody obviously spent hours making it, and I just thought it was really cool. If you did come here looking for an actual mermaid, I apologise. I just thought it'd be a funny dad joke, which is my specialty. We then head out to Arisaig Provincial Park. Again, probably butchered that name, but I'll put a link in the description of where it is. And that is a provincial park that is actually really cool. It is right on the coast, and you can actually find fossils there. Now, me being a bit of a moron, thought, cool, I'll find a T-Rex or a Velociraptor claw, or just basically I've had visions of starting my own version of Jurassic Park. Actually what you're gonna find is little bugs, little snails, and they're kind of fossilized into the stones around the coastline. Now when we first got there, it was pretty overcast, and it was also high tide. So we did most exploring through the trails, which again was still really beautiful, and you got some really cool views, kind of like if you were in Heron Cove and you had to look off and you can just see out onto the ocean. And because we're in Nova Scotia and you are so close to the ocean, and it is, you know, the ocean's playground, whenever I'm by the coast, I just love being close to the water. Also, the entire coast is made up of like a shale rock, so it's actually, you have to be careful of like active landslides and active cliff falling apart and all that kind of stuff. But getting up close and personal to some of the rock is fascinating. Like, it's just shards of stone, and you can literally pull your hand in and pull pieces out. Now you're not supposed to, and I don't recommend that you do, but as you look at it real close, you can see where it's just shattered and started to fall down, and you can see where these landslides have happened, and it's really impressive to kind of see the power of the ocean, and also just how much the water's carved through. And it's just really, even when it was gloomy, it was just really beautiful and kind of awe-inspiring in a weird way. Now, because we did want to go and look for some fossils, and we went back when it was earlier in the morning, it was also a clear day and it was low tide, and I'm really glad we did it, because the second day of being able to walk the coastline was a much more different experience. And again, gave you a chance, or gave us a chance to get really up close and personal with like the coastline and how it's been shaped by the ocean. And it was incredible, to be honest. There was these tunnels that the water had cut through, and you could just go in and out. And the first tunnel we went in was where we actually found like the first fossil. Now, if you're looking at the video, you can see that it literally looks like it's a circle within, like almost like a, if it was metal, you would think it was a deformity in the metal, but that's actually like a little snail, I think they are. I don't know the actual technical term. And that's just where they have been fossilized into the stone. Later, Gina found one on the beach as well. And, you know, again, it's not, if you're a dino hunter or a fossil hunter and you're thinking you're gonna find like Stegosaurus or something, it's probably not gonna be for you. But if you've got young kids, or you're just interested in like exploring a coastline, it's a really fun place to go. also say it was also incredibly beautiful. And it's one of those moments when you're standing there and you're seeing how harsh the Mother Nature has been to itself and how it's carved this land up. And it was kind of this weird, rugged and rough and yet incredibly beautiful coastline. And we walked the entire coastline, which is something I've never really been able to do, especially at low tide. So it's just one of those chances where you get to experience something that you don't normally experience. And I just thought it was incredible. We found that there was, because of the type of rocks you were getting little brooks and little streams that was almost like, you know, if it was an advert for water, they tell you it's natural mineral water, just cutting through. And some of them were, you know, there's a lot of water coming through, and it was kind of interesting to see, you know, that even though you're way up from where the closest lake was, you could see the amount of water coming through was pretty quick. You could also see this clay, this wet clay that was coming through, and that's what caused some of these landslides. So it was a reminder of like, you're on that tipping point between something being really beautiful and something being actually kind of dangerous. So low tide's a safe tide to go. Don't ever go during high tide, because you are having to pass rocks and the black rocks. And then obviously if you do, those of you who spend any time at Peggy's Cove know, if you go anywhere near black rocks while it is close to any amount of decent water and you slip, you're probably not going to get out the water. So low tide is the best time to explore that, and I'm telling all of you, if it's not low tide, don't even try it, because it is hard to get down and get back up. So stay away from the water during high tide. That's just good life advice right there. Once you pass a couple of brooks, we actually found quite a big, what I'm going to call a waterfall, and it's probably the only time I'm going to experience in my life being in Nova Scotia at low tide on the edge of a kind of rock formation, having a waterfall come down. It looked beautiful. It literally looked like something out of a movie, and it was really hot, so I had a little shower in it, because when else am I going to get to do that? I love spending time with Gina, and because of how busy our lives are and how busy work is for me, I don't get to spend anything like the amount of time I want to with my wife. So being able to take a quick trip somewhere and just have, you know, 4 or 5 days, it's just two of us, it means a lot to me. And going somewhere as simple as a beach where we can just walk along it, talk about cool rocks, look at some eagles, that was awesome. And I think even during the pandemic, I think we realized how much we need contact with other people and how much we need to be able to just wander and explore. And, you know, whenever we go somewhere new in Nova Scotia, no matter what it is, something as simple as finding sea glass on the beach is something that I genuinely love. So it was one of those trips where there's a lot of people probably would say, what, you went looking for rocks? Yeah, we did. It was awesome. Thank you guys for watching this week's video. Yes, it wasn't in Halifax, but whenever I go exploring, I like to share it with you guys. And this is really cool. I've never done a coastal walk like that before, so it was super fun. I do have a really cool video I'm working on, which got delayed due to equipment issues, and then obviously the wildfires were happening, and I just felt like it wasn't appropriate to be out while there was so much happening in the city, and then work happened. So it's on my radar and I'd like to get it finished. But thank you all for watching. If you've got any questions about anywhere we went, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.